Who's cutting that shit? Who's cutting that shit? Where the fuck the function? Where the fuck the function? The way I feel right now, I feel like we need to be all alone. So if you just playing around.
Hey everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel.
I just wanna take her out and prove what a real man supposed to do. We can lay around and play around and got time to hang with my crew. I love her. I love her.
My name is Cailin, and if you're new here, welcome. Please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I really appreciate it. We're trying to get to 1,500 subscribers before my birthday, May 22nd. So for this video, I'm going to be doing a second part to my monthly favorites. I started this video in March, and I think a lot of you enjoyed it. So I'm going to be doing a April monthly favorites, and this is just going to include some fashion content, hygiene, books, and makeup. So the four things that I am really into. So I'm going to talk about what some of my favorites were throughout the month. And then of course I will have everything linked down below. So if you are interested in any of the products that I'm talking about, I will have the links from where I got them down below. So without further ado, let's get started. I'm going to be starting off with the makeup this time. I have two products to be talking about. So the first product is one that I have been using for a long time. This is nothing new to me, but it is something that I want to talk about. And it is the Maybelline Lash Sensational Sky High Mascara. And this mascara I get in the True Brown color. So as you can see, it says 804 True Brown. And for the longest time, I was using black mascara, just like most people do. I mean, that's the go-to color for mascara. But then I started trying the brown shade in mascara, and when I tell you, it looks so much more flattering on my eyes. Personally, for me, I felt like the black mascara was really intense and really dark, and the brown mascara just gives off a lot more natural look, and I just love the way that it looks. And specifically, this mascara, the Sky High one, makes my lashes so long. I already do have long eyelashes, and they're pretty thick and dark, but this mascara just brings them to a whole other level. As you can see, I have it on my eyes right now, and my eyelashes look incredibly long. I get questions all the time if I have falsies on or lash extensions, but it is simply this mascara. I don't curl it or anything. It has such a good hold and curl on it. And again, I get it in the brown, so highly recommend checking this out if you want to go for a more natural look over the summer. They also have it in the waterproof version as well, which I know we're gonna need going into these hotter months and possibly going on vacations and whatnot. So definitely check this out. This is always gonna be my go-to favorite. The next product is new to me, and while I did get this a few months ago, I've been using it a lot more this month. It is the Power Grip Primer by e.l.f. So you've probably seen this before, but I was using the Milk Hydro Grip, I believe it's called, primer for a long time, and I still have that, but that primer is like close to $40, I believe, and I wasn't noticing that my makeup was sticking. I do have more oily skin, I would say, and I wanted a cheaper alternative and something that really worked better. So I saw this one and I'm like, why not give it a try? And as you can see, it is towards the end down here. I've been using it for a while now, but I love this primer so much. It makes my makeup last so much longer, and I don't get oily with it on, which is really important to me. I also do recommend putting this on and waiting at least 10 minutes before putting any base makeup on top of it, because I believe that it just gets a little bit more sticky to the skin when you leave it on for a little while. But this is my new favorite primer. For a while, I wasn't even using any primers because I felt like they were so gimmicky and none of them were working for me in the way that I wanted them to. But this one right here is going to be my go-to, and I believe it's only like $10, which isn't bad for a primer at all. And it's lasted me daily for the past at least 2 months, I would say. So this is going to be my go-to from now on. So definitely check this one out if you are on the lookout for a new face primer and you want your makeup to last all day. So that is all that I have for makeup. Now let's move on to the hygiene section of this video. The first thing that I have to show you is this hypoallergenic tape, and it is pain-free removal and breathable, and it comes with 60 in a pack. It is gentle on the skin. I got this off of Amazon, and you may be seeing that viral guy on Twitter and TikTok and Instagram. I think his name's Ashton Hall, and he takes the mouth tape off, and I didn't try this. I tried this before seeing him, so I've been doing this for a while now. But I just feel like it's kind of like, what's the word? Like, it's kind of like goofy now because of him. but don't get it twisted. Like, it still works. So I've been using this for a few reasons. One, I heard that it helps with your jawline, and I feel like that's something, like the only thing in my life that I'm like insecure about is like my neck, I guess, or my jaw. So I figured I would try that out for that reason. And my wedding is coming up in a year, actually a year as of today. It is April 18th. So it'll be next year on this very day. But I started using this nightly so that it can help, because usually when you sleep, your mouth kind of like opens. So it makes your like chin go back and then your neck hang, all that stuff. But using this, it's supposed to keep your neck up and your mouth closed. It helps with breathing at night. So if you're a mouth breather, it helps you with that as well. It helps you to breathe through your nose. And it also helps you to get a better night's sleep. So I've been using this now for a few months, more consistently, definitely over this past month. And I do notice a difference in like I don't know what the word is, but like the tightness of my neck and my jaw, as well as my sleeps are getting better. So I definitely recommend trying it out. It's not that expensive off of Amazon. So even if you try it and you don't really like it, it is what it is. But I would say definitely try it out. I haven't noticed any like breakouts or anything from having it on my mouth. This one is supposed to be sensitive and gentle on skin and hypoallergenic. I do cut them in half just so that I can get more use out of it in the long run, because I don't need the whole thing over my entire mouth. I just kind of put it right in the middle and it holds my mouth together the way I need it to. But it has a little hole in the center as well if you do use the entire strip over your mouth. But I'm breathing through my nose anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But I really do enjoy using these, and I feel like this is something I'm going to be continuing up until my wedding, just to get the most benefits out of it. The next product I have is my water flosser. So I don't know if you've ever seen one of these before, but it's basically like a flosser in water form, and it has different settings on it. So it has the clean setting, the soft setting, and the massage setting. I always use the clean setting because it's the highest pressurized setting, I guess you could say, and you can just turn it on and off. It came with a bunch of different heads as well, and then you just fill it in right here. When you press the button, it has the water coming out of here, and every time I would go to the dentist, they would tell me that I should maybe look into investing in one. I used to use just the regular floss, and they said it was fine, but that this is just like so much more, getting deep into like the grime or whatever the heck is in your teeth, and getting everything out from in between. And I do notice a big difference with just like getting things out of my teeth. Like if you have popcorn, like it just gets it out right away. So I definitely recommend trying this out for your dental and oral hygiene. This has helped me a lot with my flossing game. I'm going to the dentist next week actually, so very excited for them to tell me that my flossing has gotten a lot better. I got this off of Amazon. I also got Cameron one in the black color. They have a bunch of different colors, a bunch of different versions. I'm sure majority of them work the same, but I will have this one specifically linked down below. So highly recommend checking out a water flosser. It's good for a long time. You don't have to buy floss anymore because you can just use this, and that is all you will need. I didn't even realize this, but all of my hygiene products are oral hygiene, between the mouth tape, the water flosser, and now the last but not least thing for my hygiene is this Grin tongue scrapers. So I used to use the metal tongue scraper. I believe I got it from TJ Maxx in their little hygiene section, and it just didn't feel hygienic to me to like scrape your tongue and like clean it kind of, but then like use it again the next day. And for me personally, like I would have liked to have cleaned it, like deep cleaned it every single night, like put it in the boiling water and like scrape it off and make sure everything was clean and reuse it. But that's just not realistic on a day-to-day basis to use it and have to like deep clean it every single day. But I did see that they have these disposable ones. So these little blue, as you can see on the back, disposable tongue scrapers. I'll take one out to show you. And this bag itself, I believe, is only like $3 or $4, and it comes with 32 of them. And this is how they look. So it has the tongue scraper part right here, and then at the bottom it has a little flosser as well, which helps because I have one of those permanent retainers, so this just helps to get in between those teeth if you want to use that. But I've been using these every single night. Scraping your tongue helps a lot with like bad breath and getting all of the gunk off of your tongue, because a lot of bacteria and whatnot and like the smell of your food just lives on your tongue. So if you wake up in the morning and you still have bad breath, That's because maybe you're not scraping your tongue enough. So I highly recommend checking these out. They are disposable, so you use them once, you throw it away. And I have this on a monthly subscription, so I get one every single month, and I just use one a day at the end of the day to get all of the bacteria and the smell and whatever it is out of my mouth. And it's just a lot more clean and hygienic compared to the reusable ones. So that is everything for makeup and hygiene. The next section I want to talk about is the fashion section, and I only have two things. Well, technically it's one thing, but two things to show you for this section. So I have a few things from Skims. I have some underwear, I have one of their bodysuits, but I've never had one of their t-shirts before, and I hear such amazing things about their t-shirts and the quality, but I just cannot bring myself to buy the t-shirts. They're so expensive. So I looked up on Amazon Skims t-shirt dupes, and I found one, and I was like, why not just like give it a try? I've tried different t-shirt brands in the past that said the same thing, that they were Skims dupe, and I just wasn't like feeling it. Not that I have it like a real Skims t-shirt to compare it to, but I didn't like the quality. I didn't like anything, like the way it fit, nothing, until I found these t-shirts right here. And I have two of them in different colors. They have quite a few in this selection, and it is by the Trendy Queens brand on Amazon. So the first one I got was this black t-shirt, and I got this in a size medium, and I got the other one in a size small. So I like the size medium for a little bit of a looser fit on me, and then the size small is really that like tight fit that I like as well. I absolutely love this t-shirt. The quality is so buttery soft. It is perfectly like stretchy in all the right ways. The neckline hasn't changed at all because I do have a big head. It hasn't stretched it out at all. And the price, I believe it's like, sometimes they go on sale, so I think you can get it for like $12, but usually it's like $14. Some colors I believe are like $19 or something like that. But then I also got the pink one, which I love pink. That's my favorite color. But this t-shirt is just my favorite. Like if I could wear this every single day, I would. I want to now buy the white one and the light blue one because I feel like I would get a lot of use out of those colors as well. But these t-shirts are my absolute favorite. Again, I do not have a real Skims one to compare it to, but I believe that you will be obsessed with these t-shirts and that they are as close to the Skims brand, if not better. Especially for the price. So I wear these on pretty much like a weekly basis, like one a week, and they just match everything. They feel so comfortable, so flattering. They're just a really great basic to add to your collection. Moving on to my last category, it is the book category. And the first book I want to talk about is the book called Women Who Think Too Much. And I just love that title. It's by Susan Nolan Hakesma. I hope I said that right. And she has a PhD, and she's also the author of The Power of Women, which I haven't read. But this book on the side says how to break free of overthinking and reclaim your life. And I personally am an overthinker. I have anxiety. I get so anxious and worked up about different things, and I can start to like just ruminate in things and think about things for too long, and one thought leads to another thought. And reading this book gives you so many tips and like just the background of what even is overthinking and why do women tend to overthink more than men. Because in this book it does talk about how women are more prone to anxiety and overthinking, and how our society has changed so much in the last 100 years, and that women hold a different role now, and that overthinking can really just come from women just feeling like overworked and not understood and unsafe and all those types of things. But she gives a ton of advice on how to cope with overthinking, the different types of overthinking, because there are different types of overthinking. And there are a lot of like little stories in this book as well from people that she talked to, where it gives you like specific examples of overthinking and then how they overcame that. So I'll just read the back quickly. It says, do you stay awake at night worrying about your children's needs or strategizing how to care for your aging parents? Do you go over and over the career choices you've made and the ones you suspect you'll face within the future? Do you have trouble getting over losses and setbacks? If you answered yes to one or more of these questions, you may be an overthinker. Drawing on her cutting-edge research funded by the National Institute of Health, the National Science Foundation, and several private foundations, Yale University professor of psychology Susan Nolan Hakezma explains the negative consequences of overthinking and provides practical strategies that any woman can use to free herself of negative thoughts, feelings, and experiences. In Women Who Think Too Much, Nolan Hakezma shows that you're not alone and shares 29 proven strategies for putting an end to bouts of fretting and overthinking so you can lead a more productive and happier life. So this is something that I wanted to do in 2025, is really just have like peace of mind, let things go, don't worry about things that are out of your control. And this does come a lot from reading the Bible as well and just trusting in God and God's plan, but just having these strategies as well to help and to acknowledge like that I'm overthinking before it gets bad has helped a lot. And last but not least, so I mentioned earlier, I'm getting married a year as of today, April 18th, 2026. I will be getting married, and Cameron and I have started a Bible study given to us by his stepmom and his dad, who did this when they got married a few years ago. And it is called A Couple's Guide to a Growing Marriage, and it is by Gary Chapman. So currently we are on week 5, I believe, because there are different sections to this book and you do it weekly. And every single Sunday we get together and we talk about what we went over that week. So you have the book by yourself, you do the Bible study on your own, you answer a bunch of questions. Each week it is different. So for example, the most recent one we did was becoming friends with my feelings. Some of the other ones were like trusting your partner. There was one about learning to forgive your partner, just different categories of what marriage really entails and like important aspects of being a married couple under God. So this book has helped us a lot with obviously growing our marriage, like the title says, and I'm just super excited to continue to use this book. I feel like any couple going into a marriage where you want it to be a marriage under God, you should definitely try out a Bible study before your marriage and also throughout your marriage. So we have another book that we're going to be using once we use this one up, but I've just been loving this book and having that connection at the end of every week where we talk about what we've learned, the things that we've done, and it really can lead to deeper discussions as well. So I highly recommend checking out this book, little journal thing here, Bible study. I'll have the Amazon version linked down below if you are interested, but I definitely have been enjoying doing this with Cameron every single week. It has brought us a lot closer together and it's making me feel more prepared and very excited for our marriage and to have a very healthy and productive marriage. But that is everything for my April favorites, my hygiene, makeup, fashion, and book recommendations. I really hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything, please don't forget, I'll have it linked down below. Let me know what some of your April favorites were, any hygiene favorites you had, anything that you would recommend to me or anyone else watching this video and reading the comments. And please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Stay here for some more hygiene, vlog content, favorite content. Always have a video every single Saturday for you all, and I can't wait to see you in the next one. Bye!
You tell your girl, take a fine ass home, that's real. Stop teasing me, stop teasing me. I could change your life so easily. I keep begging you to stay, but you're leaving me. We got sticks in the